Welcome to Senior Health Video. This video will talk about 15 silent warnings of neuropathy starting in the toes that you often ignore every day. What if the tingling in your toes was not just fatigue, but your body's silent cry for help? Every day across America, millions of adults over 60 wake up and ignore tiny warnings from their feet. They feel a faint burn, a dull numbness, or a strange buzzing that fades before they can describe it. They blame old shoes, cold floors, or aging. But deep inside, small nerve endings are misfiring, sending confused messages that the brain can no longer decode. It begins quietly, but the danger grows. Doctors at the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke estimate that more than 20 million Americans already suffer from peripheral neuropathy, and most do not even know it. That is not a distant statistic. It could be happening to anyone watching right now. Neuropathy rarely starts with pain. It starts with whispers, faint sensations that disappear before you can name them. By the time pain arrives, the damage is often permanent. Imagine walking barefoot across your living room and feeling the floor through a layer of invisible cotton, or dipping your feet into warm water and not knowing if it is hot or cold. These are not harmless quirks of age. They are early alarms from nerves losing their strength, the same nerves that keep you balanced, independent, and safe from falls or infections. The warning is urgent, but the hope is real. Modern research shows that when caught early, nerve damage can still be slowed or even reversed. Simple lifestyle changes, the right nutrients, and daily habits can protect those fragile connections before they fade forever. So stay with this video, because in the next few minutes, you will discover the 15 silent toe symptoms that reveal what your nerves are trying to tell you before it is too late. Your feet may be whispering now, but if you listen closely, they can help you walk strong, steady, and pain-free for years to come. Number 1, mild numbness or reduced sensation. It often begins so quietly that most people miss it. You step out of bed and the floor feels strangely soft, as if a thin cushion separates your feet from reality. You assume it is fatigue or cold floors, but in truth, it may be the first whisper of neuropathy, a subtle signal that your nerves are losing their ability to communicate. Experts at the Mayo Clinic explain that this dull feeling happens when sensory nerves start to weaken. You still sense pressure, but textures and temperatures fade into one another. Warm water and cold tiles feel almost the same. The danger is that there is no pain, only a silent fading of awareness that continues while the nerves deteriorate beneath the surface. For seniors, this loss of feeling means small injuries or blisters may go unnoticed, allowing infections to develop before they are seen. Studies show that early intervention can slow or even reverse this decline. Gentle daily habits, such as stretching your feet, walking barefoot on soft, natural ground, and keeping blood sugar stable, can restore nerve activity and protect circulation. Margaret, a retired teacher from Ohio, once thought her cold feet were just part of aging. But a quick medical check revealed early neuropathy. With consistent care, she regained sensation and balance within a few months. But knowing this is not enough, because another symptom, quieter, yet more deceptive, often follows next. Number 2, tingling or pins and needles. It often appears when the body is still. You settle into bed and feel tiny sparks flickering across your toes like electricity under the skin. You shift your feet and the feeling fades, so you ignore it. Yet that light tingling is more than a passing sensation. It is one of the first signs that your nerves are misfiring, sending confused messages between your feet and your brain. Experts at the Cleveland Clinic explain that this happens when damaged peripheral nerves release irregular electrical impulses. The result feels like gentle buzzing or static, most noticeable at night when circulation slows. Because it is painless, many people overlook it, thinking it is poor posture or pressure. But in reality, each episode reveals growing nerve irritation that can advance into numbness or burning if untreated. Medical research confirms that recurring tingling is a red flag for early neuropathy, especially in older adults with diabetes or vitamin deficiencies. The encouraging part is that nerve health can still be protected. Simple habits such as maintaining stable blood sugar, staying hydrated, adding vitamin B12 and magnesium, and moving your legs before sleep can calm overactive nerves and restore balance. Thomas, a retired postal worker, felt those faint sparks every night for months. When he finally visited his doctor early, neuropathy was found, but with care he regained full sensation. Yet knowing this alone is not enough because what comes next burns deeper and signals a far greater danger within. Number 3, burning sensation in toes or feet. It begins quietly, often in the dark of night. You lie still and suddenly your toes feel warm from the inside out. At first it seems like fatigue or poor circulation, but as nights pass, the warmth deepens into a slow burn that refuses to fade. This is not ordinary tiredness. It is the body's warning that small sensory fibers are under attack, struggling to carry signals of heat and pain correctly. According to specialists at the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, this burning discomfort is one of the most common symptoms of small fiber neuropathy, a condition that damages the nerves controlling temperature and pain. The sensation often worsens when you rest because blood flow slows and nerve endings fire uncontrollably. What starts as mild heat can grow into a sharp sting that disturbs sleep and balance. For older adults, this symptom is frequently linked to diabetes, vitamin B12 deficiency, or excessive alcohol use. Ignoring it allows inflammation to spread deeper into the nervous system. The hopeful news is that early care makes a difference. Eating foods rich in B vitamins, reducing sugar and alcohol, and using warm water foot soaks can soothe the nerves and improve circulation. Linda, a retired nurse, felt gentle warmth in her toes every night until it became an unbearable burn. She made small lifestyle changes, and within weeks the fire faded. But recognizing this alone is not enough because another sign can strike silently, stealing your ability to sense even the temperature of water beneath your feet. Number 4, loss of temperature sensation. It often creeps in unnoticed. You turn on the tap to wash your feet and cannot tell if the water is warm or cool. You walk barefoot outside and the pavement feels oddly neutral. What seems like harmless dullness is actually a sign that your sensory nerves are losing their ability to detect heat and cold. One of the most overlooked warnings of early neuropathy. Experts at Johns Hopkins Medicine explain that temperature loss occurs when small sensory fibers deteriorate, blocking signals that tell the brain what the skin feels. Without those messages, your body loses its natural defense against extremes. A hot bath can cause burns before you even realize it, and cold floors no longer trigger the reflex to move. This silent danger puts seniors at risk of injury and infection, especially when blood flow and healing are already slower with age. Studies show that monitoring your feet daily and testing water with your hand or thermometer can help prevent accidents. Gentle foot exercises, wearing breathable socks, and maintaining healthy circulation all help reactivate dormant nerve pathways and restore awareness over time. George, a retired mechanic, once stepped into a hot bath and never felt the burn until he saw the redness hours later. Simple care routines later helped him regain sensitivity and confidence. But sensing temperature again is only part of the battle because the next stage turns sensitivity itself into pain that feels almost unbearable. Number 5, hypersensitivity to touch. Allodynia. Sometimes the problem is not numbness but too much feeling. The brush of a bed sheet, the pressure of socks, or even a light breeze across your toes feels sharp or irritating. What was once comforting now hurts. This strange reaction is called allodynia, and it means your nerves are misreading harmless sensations as pain. Instead of protecting you, they begin to attack every touch. According to experts cited in the Lancet Neurology, up to half of people with peripheral neuropathy experience this heightened sensitivity. It occurs when damaged nerve fibers send false alarm signals to the brain, confusing comfort with danger. The body reacts as if under threat, flooding the area with pain messages that never stop. Many seniors describe it as walking on needles or feeling sand inside their shoes even when barefoot. This mismatch between touch and pain is one of the clearest signs of nerve dysfunction, yet many ignore it until it spreads. The good news is that sensitivity can calm down. Soft cotton socks, gentle stretching, and regular hydration improve circulation and reduce irritation. Adding magnesium and omega-3 rich foods may also help balance the nervous system and soothe inflamed fibers. Evelyn, a retired pianist, could no longer wear her favorite slippers because they hurt her feet. After following a simple nerve-soothing routine, her comfort slowly returned. But understanding this sensitivity is only the beginning because the next change feels stranger, still like tiny invisible needles tapping beneath your skin. Number 6, prickling or pinprick sensation. It begins like a whisper under the skin. You are reading or watching television when a sudden flutter of tiny pinpricks dances across your toes. You look down expecting to see movement, but nothing is there. These phantom touches are not imagination. They are a clear signal that your peripheral nerves are firing without control, sending electrical impulses even when no contact occurs. Doctors at the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke describe this prickling called paresthesia as a classic early marker of nerve instability. The affected fibers lose their natural rhythm and discharge at random, creating the feeling of hundreds of invisible needles. It is not dangerous at first, but each episode reflects growing electrical chaos that, if ignored, can lead to numbness, burning, or even loss of balance. Medical studies show that improving blood flow and reducing inflammation can help stabilize nerve activity. Gentle ankle rotations, regular hydration, and foods rich in antioxidants like berries and leafy greens can support healthy nerve signaling and protect against further decline. Limiting alcohol and processed sugar also keeps the nervous system calm and steady. David, a retired carpenter, once felt these phantom pricks while sitting in his recliner. He thought it was stress until the sensation spread nightly. With lifestyle adjustments and better nutrition, he regained full comfort within months. But realizing this pattern is not enough because what fades next is far more subtle: the slow loss of vibration and movement awareness that quietly steals your balance. Number 7, reduced vibration. Sensation: you may not notice it until something feels strangely muted. A phone buzzing on the table, an electric razor touching your toe, or the hum of a washing machine nearby all seem distant or dull. This fading awareness is not coincidence. It is a sign that large sensory nerves are weakening, the very ones responsible for detecting vibration and movement. According to the American Diabetes Association, reduced vibration sense is often the first measurable warning of diabetic or age-related neuropathy. When these larger fibers begin to fail, the brain receives fewer messages about pressure and motion. You might still walk normally, but the connection between your feet and balance quietly weakens. Over time, this can make uneven ground or dark rooms feel uncertain, increasing the risk of falls. The danger is not just the loss of sensation, but the gradual erosion of stability and confidence. Doctors recommend regular foot testing with a tuning fork or gentle tapping to monitor changes. Improving circulation through light exercise, foot massage, and adequate hydration helps restore nerve responsiveness and strengthen coordination. A diet rich in omega-3s and B vitamins can also nurture the protective coating around nerves known as myelin. Harold, a retired engineer, realized he could barely feel his electric shaver against his toe. His doctor confirmed early neuropathy, and within months of daily walks and supplements, his balance improved dramatically. But recovering vibration sense is only part of the story, because the next stage affects something even more vital: your body's ability to know where your feet truly are. Number 8. Subtle balance problems, proprioception loss. It begins so gently that most people do not recognize it. You step off a curb or walk across uneven ground and feel slightly unsure of your footing. At night, when the lights are dim, each step feels uncertain, forcing you to watch your feet closely. What you are sensing is the loss of proprioception, the body's ability to know where its parts are without looking. This hidden sense depends on healthy nerves sending constant updates to your brain. Experts at the University of California, San Francisco, explain that when neuropathy damages these position-sensing fibers, the brain receives incomplete information about movement. The result is mild unsteadiness that may progress to stumbling or fear of falling. Many seniors mistake it for weak muscles or poor eyesight, but in reality, it is the nervous system losing its internal map, the same system that keeps you upright and confident. Fortunately, proprioception can often be retrained. Gentle balance exercises such as standing on one leg near a chair, heel-to-toe walking, and slow ankle rotations help reactivate dormant nerve pathways and rebuild stability. Physical therapists also recommend wearing supportive shoes and using textured mats to improve sensory feedback from the feet. Ruth, a retired librarian, noticed she swayed slightly when brushing her teeth with eyes closed. With daily balance practice and mindful walking, her steadiness returned within weeks. But regaining control of balance is not the end, because another type of pain soon appears, deeper and harder to trace: a quiet ache that hides beneath the surface of the feet. Number 9. Aching or deep foot discomfort. It creeps in slowly, often mistaken for tired feet or stiff joints after a long day. You sit down, rub your toes, and feel a dull ache that seems to rest deep inside rather than on the surface. It fades, then returns without warning. What feels like simple soreness can actually be neuropathic pain, a signal that the sensory nerves in your feet are inflamed and miscommunicating with the brain. Doctors at the Harvard Medical School describe this discomfort as a deep pressure-like sensation caused by damaged nerves sending mixed signals. Unlike joint pain, it does not depend on movement or weight. It may strike while resting or even in the middle of the night. Many people dismiss it as aging or arthritis, but the truth is the nerves themselves are hurting, not the muscles or bones. Over time, this can lead to constant pain that drains energy and mobility. Fortunately, relief is possible. Gentle stretching, warm foot soaks, and improving circulation through regular walking can reduce nerve inflammation and ease chronic discomfort. Anti-inflammatory foods such as turmeric salmon and leafy greens may also support nerve repair naturally. Janet, a retired florist, spent months blaming her shoes for the deep ache in her arches. When diagnosed with early neuropathy, she made small daily changes and soon found her steps lighter and steadier. But finding comfort again is not the full answer, because the next warning appears not as pain, but as a quiet weakness that steals strength from your very toes. Number 10. Mild weakness in toes. It may begin with something so small you barely notice it. You try to curl your toes or grip a towel on the floor, but they do not respond as they used to. You struggle to keep flip-flops on your feet or find it harder to balance on tiptoe. These small frustrations are not just stiffness. They are a sign that the motor nerves controlling toe movement are weakening, one of the earliest indicators that neuropathy has started affecting muscle control. Specialists at the Cleveland Clinic explain that when these motor nerves misfire, the muscles in the feet no longer receive consistent signals, leading to fatigue and weakness even without pain. Over time, toes may begin to curl or spread awkwardly, changing how weight is distributed when walking. The danger grows quietly as balance and coordination decline, raising the risk of falls and instability in older adults. Thankfully, targeted habits can help restore strength. Toe lifts, towel scrunches, and gentle resistance exercises encourage nerve-to-muscle communication and improve circulation. Wearing supportive shoes and maintaining healthy vitamin D and magnesium levels also protect muscle tone. Edward, a retired carpenter, realized his toes no longer gripped his slippers. After practicing simple foot exercises daily, he regained stability and confidence within weeks. But rebuilding strength is only part of the story, because the next symptom strikes, suddenly twisting muscles in the night with painful cramps that refuse to let go. Number 11. Muscle cramping in toes or feet. It often strikes without warning. You are resting at night when a sudden jolt of pain grips your toes, forcing them to curl tight as if pulled by invisible strings. The spasm lasts seconds but feels endless. Many dismiss these cramps as dehydration or fatigue, yet they can be a powerful warning that the nerves controlling your muscles are firing out of rhythm, a hallmark of advancing neuropathy. According to specialists from the Peripheral Nerve Society, these cramps occur when damaged motor nerves send confused electrical signals that cause muscles to contract involuntarily. The result is pain that returns again and again, often waking you from sleep or striking during a walk. Over time, these spasms reflect a loss of nerve control and muscle stability, making daily movement less reliable. Seniors who experience frequent cramping may also begin to notice weakness or unsteady balance afterward. The encouraging news is that cramps can often be managed naturally. Staying hydrated, stretching the calves before bed, and gently massaging the feet can restore blood flow and calm overstimulated nerves. Magnesium-rich foods like almond spinach and avocado further support proper muscle function. Helen, a retired teacher, endured nightly cramps that left her afraid to sleep. Once she added stretching and magnesium to her routine, the pain eased within days. But escaping these spasms is only one step forward, because the next sign hides even deeper when your body's natural reflexes start to fade without you realizing it. Number 12. Diminished reflexes. It is one of the most silent changes of all. You tap your heel or stretch your ankle, yet the familiar bounce back that once felt automatic is gone. This quiet disappearance is not weakness or stiffness. It is a sign that your body's reflex circuits are breaking down, a subtle but serious indicator of neuropathy taking hold of both sensory and motor nerves. Doctors at the National Institutes of Health explain that reflexes depend on instant communication between nerves, muscles, and the spinal cord. When those nerve pathways are damaged, signals move too slowly or fail to return at all. You might never notice it until a doctor tests your Achilles tendon and nothing happens. This fading reflex is often one of the earliest measurable warnings that nerve function is declining even before major symptoms appear. Losing reflexes does not cause pain, but it removes a critical safety mechanism that helps you stay balanced and react to sudden movements. Fortunately, regular activity such as gentle walking, ankle rotations, and yoga can stimulate the nervous system and preserve reflex response. Maintaining healthy blood sugar and getting enough vitamin B12 also supports nerve conductivity. Roger, a retired firefighter, learned his Achilles reflex was absent during a routine checkup. With physical therapy and better nutrition, he regained quick response in a few months. But noticing a missing reflex is not the end of the story, because the next change becomes visible on the outside when the skin itself starts revealing what is happening beneath the surface. Number 13, skin changes or dryness. Sometimes the body reveals nerve trouble in the simplest way. You look down at your feet and notice the skin looks thinner, shinier, or unusually dry. It cracks easily or peels no matter how much lotion you use. These shifts are not just aging. They are signals that the autonomic nerves controlling blood flow and moisture are weakening, silently altering the way your skin repairs and protects itself. According to researchers at clinical neurophysiology, nerve damage reduces the brain's control over tiny blood vessels and sweat glands in the feet. With less circulation and moisture, the skin becomes fragile and prone to injury. Small cuts take longer to heal, and infections can develop before you even feel them. This outer dryness reflects an inner imbalance, showing that the nerves beneath the surface are struggling to stay alive. The hopeful news is that careful daily habits can restore protection. Keeping feet clean and moisturized, wearing breathable shoes, and gently massaging the skin helps stimulate blood flow and nourish damaged nerve endings. Foods rich in omega-3s and antioxidants, like olive oil, salmon, and berries, also strengthen skin and nerve tissue. Grace, a retired nurse, noticed her feet turning glossy and dry despite daily care. Her doctor confirmed early neuropathy, and with hydration, nutrition, and routine checks, her skin regained softness. But even healthy skin is not the full story, because the next change comes quietly when sweat itself begins to disappear, leaving the nerves thirstier than ever. Number 14, reduce sweating and hydrosis. You might notice your feet feel oddly dry, even on warm days. The skin loses its natural moisture, becoming tight and flaky instead of slightly damp. Many people think this is just a sign of good hygiene or cool weather, yet it is often a warning that the autonomic nerves controlling your sweat glands are failing, another silent effect of advancing neuropathy. Specialists at Harvard Medical School explain that sweating is not only for cooling the body, it keeps the skin flexible, prevents cracking, and maintains natural protection against bacteria. When nerve signals to the sweat glands fade, moisture production slows or stops completely. The result is dryness that may look harmless, but weakens the skin's barrier, making it easier for infection and inflammation to take hold. The good news is that small habits can make a big difference. Soaking your feet in warm water, using gentle moisturizers with urea or aloe, and staying hydrated throughout the day can revive circulation and support healthy nerve response. Regular movement and avoiding overly tight shoes also help blood and oxygen reach the skin's surface. Paul, a retired mail carrier, realized his once sweaty feet had turned completely dry and itchy. After adding hydration routines and walking daily, his comfort returned within weeks. But understanding this dryness is not enough, because the next change reaches deeper. The blood flow itself starts to falter, leaving the toes cold, pale, and pleading for warmth. Number 15, cold toes or color changes. It often begins with something small. Your toes feel colder than the rest of your body, or their color shifts to pale or bluish, even in a warm room. You rub them, but the warmth never fully returns. This chilling effect is not just poor circulation. It is a sign that the autonomic nerves controlling tiny blood vessels are no longer working properly, disrupting the steady flow of oxygen and warmth to your feet. Experts at the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine report that when nerve function declines, the small arteries in the toes constrict, unpredictably reducing blood supply. The result is persistent coldness and color changes that appear after sitting still or stepping outside. Pressing a toenail and watching color return slowly is another clue that blood flow regulation is impaired, a problem that can worsen if ignored. Fortunately, early attention can restore balance. Keeping feet warm with soft socks, avoiding smoking, staying hydrated and gentle daily walking all help stimulate blood vessels and revive nerve response. Nutrients such as vitamin E and omega-3 fatty acids also support circulation and cellular repair. Martha, a retired school principal, noticed her toes turning bluish after short walks in cool weather. With lifestyle changes and regular movement, the color and warmth returned within months. But seeing these symptoms together paints a larger truth. The nerves may be crying for help, yet with care and awareness, their strength and life can still be renewed. Every small signal your toes send matters, and now you know why. The tingling, the burning, the cold, the numbness, all of them are early cries for help from your nerves, not just minor inconveniences of aging. The truth is that neuropathy does not have to steal your comfort or independence. With attention, patience, and the right daily habits, healing is possible. Science shows that nerves can repair and reconnect when given the right care. Start today with simple steps that protect your circulation and calm inflammation. Keep your blood sugar balanced, eat foods rich in vitamin B and omega-3, stay hydrated, and walk a little every day. Massage your feet before bed, stretch your ankles, and listen to what your body tells you. These are not small gestures. They are powerful tools to rebuild connection and strength. Remember, awareness is the first step toward recovery, and every positive action you take helps your nerves grow stronger. If you recognize any of these signs, talk to your doctor and begin a gentle plan for improvement. Many seniors who once feared losing feeling in their feet are now walking comfortably again because they made one simple choice to take action early. You can do the same. Your body still knows how to heal. You only need to give it the chance. Save this video so you can revisit these lessons anytime. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to receive the latest medical insights and nutrition tips for senior wellness. In the next video, we will reveal the everyday foods that protect your nerves and improve circulation naturally. Take care of your feet, take care of your life, and remember, it is never too late to start feeling whole again.